Hello. So this is the lesson for level 3, unit 3, lesson D, and this is on page 28 of your textbook. This lesson starts with reading. So for each of these, you can read in your textbook. And then after you read the article, you should be able to select which of these is the most popular or the longest. So pause the video, read through these articles, and then we'll check these answers when you're done. All right, so number one for this question, which is the most popular, you should have chosen the video game because of the number of copies it sold when it was available. So that's what this word launch means, when a product is now available for sale. The next one, what's the longest? And you should have chosen the long jump. Because here 29 feet is the longest of these three lengths. And then the next one, which is more dangerous, you should have chosen the most dangerous animal because the mosquito kills 2 million people a year. The next one, which is older, and your answer should be this tree, 48,000 years old. So if you have any questions on any vocabulary here, please take a note and we'll go over it when we talk about this lesson on Zoom. So let's go to the next page, and there's some vocabulary practice related to the reading. So take a moment to pause the video, look back on page 28, and then choose the correct word to complete each of these sentences. All right, so let's check the answers. Number one, you should have chosen day. And then number two, the longest snake is shorter. Number three, the people at Ebenezer Place have no next door neighbors because it's the only house on the street. Number four, the worst time for accidents is in the wet season. Number five, the most skyscrapers are in Hong Kong. And number six, the oldest living tree is not in one of the oldest rainforests. Okay, let's go to part C. And this reviews some of the new vocabulary that was in the reading. So take a moment to pause the video. You'll choose here either A or B for each sentence. And then when you're ready to check your answers, start the video again. Okay, so number one, launch. The answer here is A. So basically, when a product launches, it's available to be sold. Number 2, an inhabitant is a person who lives in a place. Number 3, consists of means has, so the answer is A. Number 4, annually is another way to say every year. Number 5, citizens are the people who live in a place. So the answer is A. And then number 6, towering means tall, very tall. So if you have any questions on this, please let me know. And then the last thing that you'll do for this lesson is writing. And so these are questions about your own home country. And you want to find out the answers to these questions that are true about your home country. So after you've done that, you will read this short article about this mountain. So after you read, here is how you can add information. So as your writing gets more advanced, you want to be able to combine sentences. So here, I could have a separate sentence that says it is a peak in the Andes range, but you can see that I can combine it by removing the subject and the verb, and then placing this right next to what I am describing. So here you can see I don't say at the end a peak in the Andes range, because then it sounds like Argentina is a peak. So when I combine sentences, this word here, a peak, is describing Mount Aconcagua. So I need to put these together. And here I do something similar. I want to add this information about the Andes. So I can take out the subject and the verb. And then the rest of the sentence, I put it right next to what I am describing. So because Andes happens to be at the end of the sentence, then I can just put a comma and then add that information. So this is something that you can try when you are writing, to combine sentences in this way to make your writing more advanced. So what you will do for your writing homework is you'll write an article about an interesting place in your country. And you want to add information about that place. So you can use this article here as an example. And then I'm going to create an assignment page in Canvas. And I would really like for you to submit your writing to me so that I can look it over and give you feedback. So as with the other assignment, you can submit it through Canvas. You can send me a message either on Remind or in Canvas and just type your answer. Or you could also send a photo. So some students, they just write their work on a paper, take a photo, and you can send that to me either through Remind or through Canvas. So if you have any questions on submitting that, let me know. But I really do want to see your work and give you feedback, especially with writing. So that's all I have for lesson D. If you have any questions, please take note of them so that we can either discuss them in the Zoom meeting. And if you can't join the Zoom meeting, still send me your questions and I'll answer them either through email, through Canvas, or Remind. All right, that's all for today. Have a great rest of your day. See you soon. Bye-bye.